Good morning, good morning, good morning. Dzień dobry, ciao, and buenos dias. How are you doing today? Looks a bit Spanish out there. Hottest day of the year, hotter than, well, pretty much the Sahara Desert, apparently, allegedly today. How are you doing? If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is Ken at 10, and there's a profound reason for that. My name's Ken, and it's 10. Who knew? So what we do here, we're based in Southwest London. We're estate agents in SW16, James Alexander, and we talk about the property market and all things generally, really. Noticed another politician on the radio this morning running around chasing women saying, I'm a naughty Tory. I mean, what is about politicians? It's that power thing, isn't it? They say that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Certainly seems the case of politicians, doesn't it? Now, what else is going on? We've got a really busy day today. We're doing some filming. As you may or may not know, when we take on a property, we always do a presented video talking about the property, but actually injecting a bit of personality into it and telling people what's good about the area and the particular benefits of the property. Always love doing that. It's a good thing to do. And it's lots of new instructions coming up as well. Our mad crazy one this week was London Road. Absolutely off the scale. I think we're coming upwards of 15 offers on that property, and we're collating them all together to make sure we do the very best for the client. So if you're thinking of selling right now, it is crazy off the scale busy, especially in a particular price range. And the price range is sub 500,000. Anything between 400,000 and 500,000 is really crazy busy. The flats are starting to pick up as well. Buy-to-let investors are coming back in, and we've got a couple of good deals there. We've got one in particular, Kintyre Close, great block. Brilliant little buy-to-let investment. And then if you want something smaller, little investment, just dip your toe in without spending a fortune. We've got a one-bedroom on at 220,000 with a share of the freehold. Great little investment buy there, good income getter. So if you're thinking of your pension fund and you're worried about risking it elsewhere or looking at the miserly returns you can get from the bank, then you'll do a lot better this way. You know, a lot of our investors these days are retirees, and it's understandable why, isn't it? When you look at everything else going on around, property, for whatever they say, is a relatively secure investment, and the level of arrears, even given coronavirus, has been quite small, which may surprise you, but people are doing the right thing, putting their rent first. Obviously, it may get worse come the end of the furlough scheme. And I want to talk about that, where the market is right now, where it's going, where it might end. So as far as the market's concerned, right now, we're experiencing a real uptick. At this time of year, normally, middle of the holidays, we'd expect it to be quite quiet because families go away. My heart goes out to you, actually, if you're a family that's in the middle of the whole mess of, you know, you're away in Spain, you're coming back, can't go, can go, lost money, on hold. It's awful, isn't it? People just coming out of lockdown, just want to get their little bit of release and feel like there's some sort of sense of normality. And here we are again. And actually, talking about the second wave and what's going on there, it was reported first right here at Georgia Ladbury. Thank you for that great interview. We did an interview with Georgia. She's in the know about these things. And she said that the second wave would come. It was a question of how severe it would be. And sure enough, you were dead right. We'll have to do another interview, Georgia. Love that. Really informative to people. And as an epidemiologist and specialist in this area, people really did value your input. It was one of our most viewed videos. Now back onto the marketplace and what's going on. So the market's really busy right now. We expect this to continue right the way through now until I think it's going to be October, September, October, November. As the furlough scheme starts to end, we will see a lot of redundancies. And as those redundancies hit, I think we're going to fall into two camps. There are going to be the haves and have-nots. Lots of people that I speak to are working from home, working successfully. Maybe their industry isn't impacted so much by COVID. Still, there will be a lot of unexpected redundancies. Most companies are looking to rationalize. Lots of companies are looking not to go back into the city. And some companies, I spoke to a lady the other day that said that her company had found that their workers were more efficient working from home and therefore were questioning the whole point of returning to the office at all. And it does make you think that central London could change forever through the pandemic. And so what will it mean for the market? Well, here on the outskirts of London, I still think there's going to be a majority of the employment will be in and around London, and there will always be physical employment in and around the city. So there will be a level of requirement for accommodation, both for rental and for sale. And what we tend to find is that we deal with a lot of professionals for rental and for sale, and there's a direct correlation between how busy the sales market is and how busy the lettings market is. So during the pandemic, what we found is the lettings market, because people aren't sure and they're anxious, has gone up. and we're finding lots and lots of people are been looking to rent. Now, as the incentive has come along for people to buy property, so the rental market has dropped down a bit and the sales market has gone up a bit. And this is what we're finding, and we always do. So one market tends to run contracyclical to the other. And this is the beauty of owning property and being a landlord, is that if you're not benefiting in one way, then you're probably benefiting in the other. And that's why it's such a great investment, medium and long term, really. So where do we sit? What's going to go on? Well, I think we're going to see the market continue to be strong now between now and September, October. Come September, October, I do expect that it will dip off. And what that will mean is prices will fall off. Some people will lose confidence a little bit and may choose to just hold off on making a buying decision. Similarly, there'll be vendors out there that think, well, actually, I'll hang on and won't sell. And then come next January, I think it'll be a different story, because I think there will then be a lot of people thinking, now there's a sense of urgency. 31st of March is when the stamp duty deadline will end, meaning that your saving of a maximum of 15,000 won't be there anymore. And I remember the late 80s, we had something similar called the MIRAS deadline, where you could have achieved double tax relief if you were a couple. And everybody dived in to make sure that they achieved this maximum tax relief. And in the process, property prices actually rose dramatically. And I suspect we're in for the same sort of thing going towards March next year. Overall, what I suspect is that we're going to see a rise between now and September, and that rise will fall off to where it was prior, really about November, December, and then it will come back really, really strongly in January, go way above where we are now, and then on the 31st of March, will drop off dramatically again. That's where I see the market going. So as far as selling is concerned, what does it mean? Well, I think come January next year, we're going to be so busy. Solicitors, estate agents, they're all going to be busy. It's going to be very difficult to hit that deadline. So if you want to make sure that you maximize your saving from that, the best time to move, I think, is between now and September, because there are lots of buyers out there. There are lots of sellers out there. And I expect the level of sellers out there and buyers out there to thin out by the end of the year, and then come back really strongly in January. But you'll have that finite window within which to operate, where you might find that a lot of buyers, if they don't hit that deadline, may choose to hold off on a buying decision, especially given the uncertainty around the pandemic, which will probably be with us in one form or another between now and then. But look, that's just my opinion. As far as today's concerned, it's a fantastic looking day. We're really looking forward to it. As you probably know, if you've watched the show before, I absolutely love my weekends. This week we're in, and we're showing lots and lots of properties, lots of new things coming on across the range, right from one bedroom flats up to big detached houses. So looking forward to showing you those and doing some sneak peek videos on our Facebook pages, and also the full videos. And yeah, so hope you have a fantastic weekend. If you need any advice, you just want to chat through your property needs, you know where we are. And if you don't, we'll just direct message us and we'll come straight back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for Ken at 10 tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care of yourselves.